Like I see you already up here with me, so
Yeah, it's like
the next step, you
it's
know what I'm
making
saying?
sense.
Yeah.
It's making sense. I love that. That just came in.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's DJ Poko, and today we're at Sound Extreme Studios, where I'll be learning one or two things about Afro music production by the best, the biggest music producer, DJ, and all-round entrepreneur, Master Don. Come with me while we do this. Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 1 of Lessons with Poko. We're live at Sound Extreme Studios, and we're here with the man himself, Big Master Don. So before we get started, we have him here. He's gonna, tell us a little bit more about himself before we get into what we're here for today. So, hi.
What's up, man? Finally meeting you, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man. About to get cracking today. Get some vibes going, get some energy going. We're live and direct with the one and only DJ Poko. So, Lessons with Poko. Let's get it, man.
So what other things do you do, like, besides producing, DJing, what other stuff are you into?
I manage a band. I manage Supreme Band. We worked with artists like Rema, and so on and so forth. And I also I just actually launched a business right now. I launched a Suya Spice business, authentic Suya Spice from Nigeria.
Fire.
So you don't get all that fake stuff you get at the African store. But be on the lookout for that. But I do a lot of more things. I'm very, very involved in a lot of things in the A. I also own a live sound business, a production business where we do live sound, lighting, and also we do video production as well too, for shows, touring, weddings, and you name it and all that type of stuff. But pretty involved in a lot of things. But
Fire.
yeah.
So I'm in the right place.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
You're definitely in the right place for sure.
That's fire.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get cracking. First thing I always do when I work is most of the time I start, by looking for a sample, or I start straight to the beat. But let's see what some samples we got here. Okay, let's see what we got. So we're gonna start with the loop. Most of the time I work with loops. I sample old school stuff or old school records, and I'm very, very big on sample. I love chopping. I chop a lot of samples a lot. I kind of already have a loop going, so let me know what you think about this. I'm in a house vibe, kind of like feeling like I'm at a rave right now. So let me know what you think. So, once I, have that going, and then I definitely, start going with my drums.
Yeah, I was waiting for the beat drop.
Oh, okay, but yeah. You never have to go with that next. That's the key part right there, because I always tell people, man, if your drums ain't hitting, then the whole song is not gonna hit. So, when I start, I start with a kick. Let me see here. Got this kick going up. Let's see what it sound like. Alright, cool. So, what we always want to do is make sure we find a punchy kick, something punchy. We want something that can hit. Feels like a house party, a house rhythm, kind of vibe. So, 1 second. All right. Start with that. Get going with it. One thing cool about this software is like you can make your instrument sound like you're actually playing it.
Mm-hmm. Is this Splice?
No, this is FL. This is FL Studio.
FL Studio.
This is a DAW. This is your workstation where you produce the beat. Where the magic comes to life. So very, very used by a lot of people. A lot of producers use this. Shout out to Ableton as well. Shout out to Logic as well too. We're cooking up in here today. So yeah, let's get back into it. So you can see it like as I reduce that right there. You see how like the note it changed it, right? You see that? Yeah. So your feeling matters. You have to make sure like when you're producing like. It has to feel, you know what I'm saying? It has to feel different. Yeah,
gives that Afro, what do you call them? Gongo.
Yeah, like the talking drum, right?
The talking drum.
Nah, fact. Let's see how that sounds with that. Alright, cool. So, once you load it up, let's see. Like that?
That's fire. It sounds way
what I just did was like I took some of the highs out, so it makes it sound more warm. So let me just solo that for you. So go here real quick.
Damn, it's a lot of.
I know, right? Don't let it scare you though. Trust me, it can be intimidating, but it's you're in control. So take a little bit of that out. That's what we can do here.
Alright, you're slowing it down.
Yeah, taking out not really slowing down, but taking out some of the highs off. We make it sound warm, like underwater. So look, let me show you the difference. So if I mute it, you hear that? Yeah. So if we now add it back,
Makes it like subtle.
yeah, you know. So when we add that, the whole song. Like I see you already up here with me, so
yeah, it's like
the next step, you know what I'm saying?
Sense.
Yeah.
It's making sense.
So now we have to, you know what I'm saying? We have to add like a rise out or something to, you know, transition to give it that feeling and vibe. You know, so let's see what we got here. Shout out my boy Jeb Josh, man. Jeb Josh with the kit. Shout out my boy with that, man. But let me see here. What we got? Let's see what we got here.
You know, I was thinking, you know, like for the beat to drop, you know, all those beat that is like as the conga is coming, it would just be like.
Yeah. Oh, like a drum fill.
Yeah, like a drum fill there before the beats drop. That would be fire.
Facts.
I'm hearing it like in my brain, like it has to be something like.
Yes, so it has to.
I produce songs, but in my head though.
Oh really?
I just have to learn how to do it in real life. I actually make beats in my head.
Nice. I see you. I mean, I was just seeing you just vibing right now. So
it always makes sense in my head. Now it's just bring it in real life.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see that.
Make it work.
Yep.
You know, like.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we got right there. Yeah. go, hey, here we go, hey.
Hey. Yeah, this is Afro House, Afro House, everything.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Cool. So you know what I'm saying? So those are the bases that go down to, you know, making your beats and you know what I'm saying?
So you kind of have like all the kits.
Yep.
So it's just putting the kits together and making it make sense.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So you know, that's really what we do. You know, and the rest is really up to you how you want to go about it. You know, we can add.
My question is, you know, because with DJing, you know, we always have the screen and then the controller. But with the controller, I can choose to use the mouse to make my music selection. Yeah. Right. And I can also just choose to use the controller. Yeah. So my question with this is it possible for you not to use the mouse and just do all these controls like with this instrument? I mean, with this, you know, everything here, or does like, do you have to use a mouse always?
So what I'm pretty much doing is I'm programming in the DAW. So this is a digital software, so you have to, you know, pretty much program, you know, by using a mouse. But most of the time, you know, a lot more producers use analog gears. You know, that's like, you know, them actually like making their own sounds and, you know, mixing live and, you know, doing these things like, you know, for example, what we have here is a mixing console, so which is used in, you know, for DAWs like mixing console, mixing DAWs, and you know, which is used for mixing, you know, songs and, you know, mixing and mastering songs and stuff like that. So that's when, you know, things like this come in place. But when it comes to beat production, either doing it in a DAW or you're doing it live. So those are the two different things you have to do. But either way, you still have to click a mouse. No matter what. Yeah. So you know, it's not like you know, like when you're using like a DJ board or anything like that. But you know, that's why we also have this here, a MIDI board. So I can use this to program, you know, down what I want to do, you know, and all that type of stuff. So if you notice, that's what I was using to click to get my sounds and all that. But other than that, you know, that's really the basics to it, you know.
That's fine. And do you save like this as you go, or it saves automatically, like your progress?
Yes, you can save it automatically. There's a setting in the DAW that shows you how to save every second, but most of the time I'm always saving manually as well, just to be safe. You know. Have you ever
finished a production and lost everything?
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh I know you're pissed. I'm so.
Yes, man. Every time, man.
Really?
You know, yeah.
So you have to start from scratch.
Oh yeah, big time.
So how do you remember like the vibe or do you just do something different and be better at what you just did?
Wow, that's a good question. So one, I think there was a scenario of one time when I was cooking up with a producer friend of mine, and you know, my computer crashed on me. The plug came out, so. You know, we were just like, look, we know we can't remake that again. Let's just leave it. So sometimes it happens. Yeah. You know, we can, and sometimes you just can't make the vibe again. So you know.
You know why I ask that? Because sometimes when I'm doing not a live recording, but when I'm just practicing and I decide to record, and at some point I realize, wow, this is a good mix, but I look at it like, damn, something happened and the record. You know, I just have to redo it from scratch, but it becomes better, like, when you do it the second time. That's why I'm like, sometimes the second time is always the best.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but you know, that's why it's also good to save, always Command S. Control S, Command S, whatever you use, make sure you save your file so you don't lose the vibe. But, yeah, I manually save as I go because it's just been like a you know, emergency button in my head that I'm like, okay, I know, you know, just need to do that. Just
save.
You know, so Except for like Serato, you know, in Serato is like once you lose that file, that's
gone. Oh yeah, I've saved the mix a couple of times, and I realized I actually did not save it. I just saved it in my head, and it's like, damn, that's gone. But yeah.
But that's the vibes, man. You know, lesson. You know, Poko. Shout out to DJ Kwame for giving me the opportunity to come out here, and shout out to Sound Extreme for letting us use this amazing studio. And yeah, man, more vibes from us.
Yeah.
And
by lesson 3, I should be up here doing cooking my own beats.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm learning from the best.
You dig.
You dig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Yeah, man. So, you know, this is what we do. You know, you had lesson with Poko today, featuring the one and only Mastodon. You know, stay tuned. Definitely gonna be excited to see what Poko has, you know, installed in the future as well with other producers around and, you know, other creators as well. But, you know, thank you guys so much for having me. Keep creating, keep making music, keep making bangers. You know what I'm saying? So
yes. Yeah. Thank you for having me as well. Great session today. We'll be back.
For sure.
With everything, is just showing up every day.
What?
Like making music. You gotta want to do it every day though.
Yes, bro. Like, look, I'm going to another session right now. Like, I ain't even go to sleep till 6 a.m. this morning.
Did you
you text me like what 3 o'clock?
Bro, I was up, bro. I was fighting insomnia.